graduated 2 years. About 2 years from school. So I would like to actually give you a little in-depth, or actually quick, since we don't have that much time. But just a quick rundown of our experience coming out of school and a small development coming up, basically. It takes a lot of work, as you're gonna hear with the slideshow. It takes baby steps. We tried from the beginning. Doing major games. As you can see, which you were talking about, somebody had asked about what was skinning, or what was the question? Rigging. If you see this image, actually, the bottom image, you see the controls from a rig that we were creating in Maya. This is in Maya. So all the little swirls and circles that you see along the body, those are actual controls. So, but we dove into this right from the beginning, and we quickly found out that it's easy to get in over your head. So we started a lot of projects, and it takes time. It takes time for you to gain the experience that is required, because we're not using some of the third-party already built assets. We in-house within the team of 10 that we have modelers, we have the sound techs, we have programmers, but we're doing everything from scratch. Everything's being done from scratch in our studio, and we will be getting into Unity. As a matter of fact, we have development in Unity. We're trying that out. The programming and the coding, we're working to get there as well. But if you see the bullets here, it takes a lot of trials and errors, many trials and errors. The commitment is real. You have to be committed. And you've heard it so many times, do what you love, do what you love. Well, when you're doing what you love, stick to something that you're really good at. If you're an artist, if you're in the artist side of things, then stick to the art. We all still have day jobs. We actually meet on Saturdays, to try and develop these games and to try and build the team up. And we all still work regular jobs. I make e-learning games. I work for a company that makes e-learning games. And in that company, I'm having to learn a lot of all the aspects of creating games and training, including paperwork. So I'm a graphic artist, but I make really nice documents one day. So, in finding ourselves, it took a while. After all these trials and the falls and getting back up, it took a little bit to find ourselves, and we ended up with a strong team. What happens through that is you'll see people come and go. They'll leave. They'll find other things, and you end up with a strong and very passionate team. That's what you want. That's what you want, because then everybody's working together. Everybody has that common goal. Everybody understands that it's going to take some time. You're not just going to come out of school and do the next Call of Duty or AAA title. It takes time. So anyway, after we went through a lot of trials, we decided, instead of trying to work and do jobs on the side with other people, let's just make our own games. How about we just take our time, and then let's go ahead and start meeting up and just do our own games. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Bionic Bug Attack. So we went back and we decided to just do simple 2D side-scroller game. Let's see if we can just use the Adobe products. And since all of us use that a lot in school, we're like, let's go ahead and keep it simple. Let's try and make just a simple 2D side-scroller. So the project, Bionic Bug Attack, is the new name now that we're using with LionWolf. And the project originated actually in school. Like I said, we're all pretty much fresh out of school, within the last couple of years. So when we decided to make our own games, we decided to go back and say, okay, well, what game are we going to make? And we just sat there for a little bit, and everybody was like, well, everybody has an idea though. So everybody goes to school, and if you're interested in game development, then everybody has this awesome idea for a game that has everything in it. Open world, it's an MMO, it's everything, it does everything. It might even use Oculus Rift now. I just want my game to do everything, it's so awesome. Well, it takes time. It takes time. You just can't add everything to it. to a game. So we decided to dig in our little bag of ideas, and we decided what we were going to do is we'll schedule our games based on everybody's idea in the group. Because we try to stay very tight-knit, respect each other's opinions. So one of the games that we used was a game that I used in my senior class, and I took all of the sketches and everything, and we just redid it for our purpose, so that it can be our own. And here you can see examples of where it starts. You want to start with brainstorming. You know, the team starts with brainstorming. You sketch out ideas. You want to know what the environment's going to look like. You want to know what the story is. What are we doing? Who's doing what and where? As you saw in the concept before, you just kind of answer those questions to yourself so that the game can make sense. Theme-wise, gameplay-wise. By the way, if you want to chime in at any time. This is Aru Richardson, by the way, the director of LionWolf. And Robert Hines, he's one of the sound engineers. Sorry. Yeah. But it's late. I'm about to cry too here in a minute. So we'll show you a couple more concept designs. You know, who's the hero? We talked about heroes earlier. For us, it's going to be a ship. You know, side-scroller shooter. So the Shimmer ship is the hero in this game. Here are some of the concepts, just some of the sketches that we went through just for ideas. And then on the side, you see the 2D rendition. This is a vector-based game, and it is ActionScript 3, actually, Flash-based game. So here are some of the enemies. This is all 2D, like I said. This is done with Illustrator and Photoshop.